This morning, the prosecution in the federal corruption trial of former New Orleans Mayor Ray Nagin will present more witnesses today. It is the second day of testimony, which will start in about an hour. Eyewitness News investigator David Hammer is over at federal court. And David, you talked about this prior to this trial, that Rodney Williams would be the key prosecution witness. He was succinct yesterday. He talked about actually getting a contract for bribes. What impact do you think it had?
Well, if this is Ray Nagin's Super Bowl, this trial, he's way behind at the end of the first quarter, and he's got to come back with something strong today. It was a very bad start. The opening statements was really what started it off. The government put together a very strong and developed case with photos and everything to go with what they were saying, while Robert Jenkins, Ray Nagin's defense attorney, seemed to be distracted and gave a very short opening statement, didn't say very much. And then Rodney Williams got up there on the stand, said that he had been trying to get contracts from Ray Nagin for years, actually took him on a fishing trip as early as 2002, and then essentially described a shakedown where Ray Nagin's son, Jeremy Nagin, approached him and said, "We want you to pay us $60,000 for our granite countertop business." And that's when he started getting contracts, and it totaled more than $2.5 million worth after that point.
And you had talked about that Jeremy Nagin was kind of a key player in the prosecution's, with putting Rodney Williams on the stand yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, they were showing pictures of Ray Nagin's sons. They are not charged in this case, although we thought they might be as a bargaining chip as they were talking before the trial, but they were not charged, but they figured very prominently in the prosecution's case. And actually a very devastating moment yesterday for Ray Nagin was when the prosecution showed a photo of Nagin meeting with Rodney Williams at a Mardi Gras party and leaning in, whispering in his ear, and Rodney Williams testified that that was the moment when he said, "I took care of you," meaning I got you a contract.
So today, cross-examination, Robert Jenkins, Nagin's lawyer, will have his shot at Rodney Williams. What do you think the tact will be?
Well, he's going to have to try to show the jury that Rodney Williams was breaking the law himself and therefore is a tainted witness and needed something from the government, and maybe kind of exaggerating what was going on when he says that he bribed the mayor. And he's also going to try to say that this was a committee that selected professional service contracts and that was out of the hands of Mayor Ray Nagin at the time. But actually, we know that Mayor Nagin fought very hard to keep that process of selecting contractors private and out of the eye of the public, and the city council tried to get that put in the public eye, and Ray Nagin actually vetoed a legislation to get that process more public.
And based on the opening statement of Robert Jenkins, we expect that kind of discrediting the prosecution's witness will be a key theme.
Exactly. He said basically these guys are all tainted because they've all done something wrong and they all need something from the government. He even talked about Greg Meffert, the former self-proclaimed deputy mayor of Ray Nagin, who was charged with taking bribes from a contractor, and he basically said that Robert Jenkins said that Greg Meffert's wife was threatened by the government with prosecution, and only then did Greg Meffert say that he would testify against Ray Nagin, and said that he actually committed a crime.
All right, David Hammer, live from federal court. We will look for your tweets throughout the day as we keep up with the trial. Thank you. Stay tuned for, again, extensive coverage of the Nagin trial, including reports from Paul Murphy, David, and Eyewitness News legal analyst Chick-fil-A. You can also follow us on Twitter using the hashtag NaginTrial.